Talk about a hope for the future. Tesla surpassing GM as the top U.S. automaker by market capitalization. What do you think about that, David Westin?
What was it just last week they passed Ford? Right? They just passed Ford, and now they've passed GM as well.
I guess now they've got to deliver.
Yeah, a lot of cars. Those Model 3s.
It wasn't as bad as it could have been, right? Didn't they wind up last week? It did pretty well, and also get an upgrade today from Piper Jaffray.
Yeah,
at the same
but they
time.
got to produce the automobiles, actually. And the Model 3 is their big claim to fame.
Well, Gina, you think about the future, and you bring up the consumer, autos.
Yeah.
Last week, I never thought I'd see a market that went risk-off on the back of auto sales. What does that tell you?
Well, auto sales are actually one of the leading indicators for consumer sales at large. So you typically see a cycle in the consumer. Housing leads the uptrend, housing starts to slow down, autos picks up, auto starts to slow down, consumer picks up last, broad spending picks up last, and after the auto slowdown, then the broad consumer slowdown starts. So it is a trigger point. Now, the question is whether or not we may have overreacted to a one-month number, which is certainly a possibility always with the equity market. But in general, autos is a pretty good indication of consumer appetite for loans, consumer appetite for spending, and that deterioration in auto sales could be a signal of a slower consumer than we were hoping for the year.
Jack, when we talk about a deterioration in auto sales, we have to be a little careful because what deteriorated was the vehicle sales number. That is number of units sold, as opposed to the mix. And as a practical matter, those SUVs and trucks have been really keeping the dollars up, even if the numbers were going down. Does that give us some encouragement?
It does, and keep in mind, I mean, consumers bought over 17 million cars last year. So, I think that from that perspective, we're in good shape. And you're right, the mix now is 2/3 SUVs, 1/3 regular vehicles, and that's great for profits in among the automakers. One of the metrics that we track to look at the consumer is how many miles can you drive on an hour's worth of work, and even there, we're still in very good shape. We're over 230 miles on an hour's worth of work, so that takes into account average hourly earnings, fuel efficiency, and of course gas prices, and we're still in very good shape there.